All right, so this evening I'm going to go into a little more detail about the wood gasifier stove that I built out of a tin can. Yes, you heard that right, a tin can. And there is a video up on YouTube already, but hey, let's delve in exactly what we're talking about. So, I'm going to pull off the lid first. And by the way, get one of those safety openers that leaves no rough edges. It's a great tool for when you're playing with tin cans. As you can see, the top helps me keep a little fat wood stashed in there. And also, this will come in later as a pot rest. So now let's talk about wood gasification. The way it works is you have a chamber that air comes into that has another chamber that contains the fire. The fire, of course, has to be fed oxygen. That's why there's holes on the bottom and the lower side. But if you'll look, there's also holes on the top side of this can. That allows oxygen to come in here, feed directly into the fire, but also as the inner chamber gets heated, it's heating the oxygen, the air coming in and injecting it into the fire, burning the byproducts and therefore making it more efficient, hotter, and almost smokeless burn. Now I will tell you this is made out of a couple of tin cans, one larger can, one smaller can. I think these were actually tamales, I don't remember. And then these little tabs were an old Spam can that I just cut and drilled a hole and pop riveted in place. So every bit of this stove comes from a can of some kind. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to move over to the hot side of the table and I'm going to fire this thing up and let's see how it does. I'm driving my camera person nuts by jumping all over the place. So we're going to grab some fat wood here just to get this thing started. I love good fat wood. I don't really remember exactly which forest this fat wood came from. We travel full time, and so sometimes I get a little blurry on where we were on what day. That's plenty of fat wood. We're going to throw some small twigs, just like those, in there to start building our fire. They're going to go in there, except for when I'm trying to make a video. Now the prep work was done earlier today. They're just little sticks. I found a piece of mostly deadfall, and I carry a pair of pruning shears in the trailer. If you want to create a lot of little small pieces of wood in a big hurry, man, the pruning shears are a great thing because it allows you to cut them. It allows you to cut them to a specific length real quick. Just snip, 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 just like that. And now then, we've loaded this thing up pretty good. And if you'll walk around to this side of the table and look right straight down, as close to straight down in there as you can. Hope you guys can see there's quite a lot of wood in there. And maybe you can see it. See if I can point it out if it shows up on the camera. It's already heated enough that you see right there where this stick I'm pointing, the air is coming back into the combustion chamber and it's starting to push a little bit. You can see it pushing fire in there. Another thing you'll notice, this wood is not quite dry. It is somewhat green. And look how little smoke is actually coming out of this. You see the smoke forming in there. You can see some of the gases. But what's happening is the superheated air coming back into the can is causing the gas to burn right there in the flame. I'm going to put a little bit more wood in there, and then I'm going to show you this jewel. That's my pot rest made out of just some old hardware cloth. Okay, and I'm going to turn it around just a little bit because with the pot rest on, you can set a pot directly on top of the burner and you can still feed fire. Can you get down and see the little hole on the side right here? You can still feed your fire your little pieces. Now you'll notice there's no smoke at all. And we're burning, like I said, somewhat green wood, and I'm alternating between tiny, moderately tiny diameter, that is, and then some larger pieces. Now this thing will sit here and cook as long as I can poke sticks in the hole. So right there, a homemade wood gasifier, very little smoke, intense amount of heat. And when this is through burning down, there may be a handful of ash. It's just that efficient. So there you have it. You guys get out, be safe, go adventure.